Good morning. It is 6:56 a.m. on Wednesday, February 14th, 2018, Valentine's Day. And I'm singing for reasons that are not clear even to me. Actually, it's probably because I was just watching, just a second ago, a YouTube video of Modern Major General from Pirates of Penzance. And that's because just randomly yesterday I decided that it was time for me to know more than just the first two verses, and I'm going to go ahead and memorize the whole song because, uh, as one of my Facebook friends said yesterday, it seems like a very you thing to do. I think so. So, once I have all of that, perhaps I will delight all of you with a first thing in the morning rendition. However, I still have to learn all the words, and there's a lot of them. Yeah, so that's having just watched that video is probably, ouch, why I decided to sing all of a sudden there. Um, Yesterday I went to see The Darkest Hour. I guess it's just Darkest Hour. There's no the, which is one of the Best Picture nominees. Is about Winston Churchill and his time as Prime Minister during World War II. Very specifically, the early part of it when uh, you know basically leading up to Dunkirk, which is kind of just ironic that one of the other Best Picture nominees is all about Dunkirk, and this one, obviously, Dunkirk is a prominent historical event. The movie's pretty good, and it is one of those. The only reason I feel like I'm expressing any reservation at all is because the movie, in some ways, like I was very engaged during the movie, but then when it was over, I felt like it had just washed right over me and was gone. It didn't really leave any like residue, if you follow me. And I don't know. Residue could sound. I feel like the connotation sounds kind of bad there, but what I mean really is just movies that leave you with stuff to think about or feelings that persist. You know, that sort of thing. Movies that really like stay with you. This one, not so much. Although, like I said, I was really engaged during. I will briefly say that this is the second time that I decided to put out a poll on Twitter about what movie I should go to see, and then completely ignored the people who voted. Because I think I got 7 votes, and then half of them were for like I think 4 were for Jumanji, and then 2 for I Tonya, and then 1 for Darkest Hour, and that's what I went to see. But I hope that my Twitter followers will forgive me when I basically just say that part of the reason I put out the poll is it's like that old thing about if you're having trouble choosing between two things, flip a coin, but then rather than just going by what the coin is, find out like which direction you find yourself hoping it will be. Like, you know, when you say, okay, well, A will be heads and B will be tails, and then while the coin's in the air, are you feeling like, oh, I hope it's heads? Because if you do, then that's probably what you really want. And so the poll, I think, kind of works like that, is that for some reason the process of asking the poll helps me to clarify, like, what am I hoping people will vote for? But in any case, I found that, wow, my camera keeps flickering color settings. I need to tell it to not automatically adjust those things. Oh well, it's fine. Um, but where was I? Okay. Um, Dunkirk didn't do it for me, and part of the reason is that while watching it, I kind of felt like I'm not sure what's the intent in telling this story now. Like, it's fine, like, it's good at telling it, but I don't get any sort of a feeling for it, like, this is why it was important to tell this story now. Um, Darkest Hour tells, some of the same events slash time period, but from the perspective of the people making the decisions at home. And I feel like that just somehow, like, that made more sense to me. Anyway, it's very good. And that's that. Now I got to get ready for work. So I will talk to you tomorrow for 5 more minutes.